We're going to find a mate for her. Only problem is sourcing the right dog. We want only the best, the very best.
Perhaps she might like one of mine. The match could help cement our special relationship.
Ah, what a wonderful idea.
All right then, Mitzi. Grab some puppy.
Ooh.
Well, that's a thing apparently. Why is that a thing? Not gonna touch that movie with a 10-foot pole. But hey, there's a 101 Dalmatian Street episode that features the Queen's Corgi, so let's take a look at that instead. So this episode opens with Dylan organizing the puppies so they can all see the Queen's Corgi. Nope, not the movie. There will be a parade where they get to see the royal corgis assumingly riding on the carriage with the royal family of Britain. The show never clarifies that, as it is all about the dogs and they couldn't care less about the Queen, they only want to see her corgis, and since they are dogs I guess that makes sense. Dolly's a bit of a party pooper though, as she doesn't think much of monarchy. Maybe we should let Dolly explain it herself.
I saved you a spot behind Triple D.
Yeah, pass.
What? Don't you want to see Puppy Prince Waffles?
You have met me, right?
You just don't get heritage.
Oh, I get it. A million years ago, some mutt made himself top dog, and everyone else bought it. Big deal.
And this actually makes a lot of sense considering that they already had trouble with that kind of stuff a couple of episodes ago. You see, in the episode Who's the Dog Do You Think You Are, everyone thought that Dylan is actually the descendant of a royal lineage, which resulted in chaos and him getting married until it turned out that he is not really a prince. So it is actually rather understandable that Dolly thinks the whole royal lineage thing is stupid. Whereas that and their neighbor Clarissa is a very nasty corgi who looks down on the Dalmatians all the time, and Dolly in particular has a bit of a rivalry with her going on. So of course she doesn't care for royal corgis, never had a good experience with either royals or corgis. Speaking of which, Clarissa, that bitch, she's a female dog so it's an appropriate use of the term and you can't demonetize me for it, blocks the view for the Dalmatians with a giant Union Jack and then reveals that her human built a wall to keep them away from the parade. There's probably another Trump joke I could make here, but I rather don't. And technically it's not a wall but a royal viewing platform, but yeah, same effect. Well, Dolly wants to do something about it. Dylan, however, wants to reason with Clarissa instead, which of course doesn't work because Clarissa is Clarissa, which is why Dylan is willing to do it Dolly's way to her surprise. They get Dawkins, who is by the way voiced by Rhys Isaac Jones, who retweeted my first video on the show, so he's a pretty cool dude. He barely has any lines in this episode, but I just wanted to mention him. So they come up with a plan. They sneak towards the viewing platform by shooting random objects at Clarissa's human and make it onto the platform. Dolly rubs it in by blocking Clarissa's view with a British flag.
Oops. Is my patriotism blocking your view?
Have I mentioned that this show takes place in London? In any case, that one is just a bit of petty revenge on Dolly's part and actually doesn't help them at all, actually rather counterproductive when you think about it, as the flag does block the view for some of the puppies that made it onto the platform. Clarissa gets mad and jumps at Dolly in a garbage can wagon, and it gets out of control, destroying the property of some vendors before it crashes into some stabilizing planks of the viewing platform, which causes it to fall apart immediately, while humans are still inside. Ouch. They kinda glossed over that, but I really hope no one died in that crash because that surely put some of them into the hospital. But hey, they are just humans, so who cares, right? Also, I'm pretty sure that thing violated several safety regulations. In any case, that obviously makes Pearl mad. Pearl is a police sort and basically plays the part of a stray cop. She tends to be rather mistrustful of the Dalmatians for a good reason considering that they often end up causing some commotion, like in this episode. And she earlier warned Dolly not to start any trouble, before Apollo, apparently a superior of hers she has a crush on, arrived. Now Pearl wants Dolly to fix the situation. Luckily Dylan has a saving idea to redirect the parade with the help of their siblings, and they all get to see the royal corgis. Even better, they stop right in front of the Dalmatian house as Dolly's skateboard caught their eye. Apparently they are into that kind of stuff and invite Dolly and her family to visit them at the royal palace and use the royal skate ramp. So not only did the puppies get to see the royal corgis, but they actually get to spend some time with them. and Dolly learns that roles can be pretty nice and that not all corgis are bad, I guess. So I suspect there's a bit of a lesson regarding prejudice in here. Oh yeah, Clarissa shows up and madly barks at them, which causes the role corgis to scoff at her for some extra irony. Apollo congratulates Pearl for doing a good job and says that she gets promoted, and oh yeah, Fergus was also in this episode.
Royal corgis, huh? That's some easy life they have. Free palace, free food too.
Yeah, I'm with you, Fergus, but this is for the pups. Will you help me?
No can do, Dolly. Full calendar.
I like Fergus, and I guess this is a good point to wrap things up. A right Royal Rumble is overall a pretty fun episode. There's admittedly not that much going on. I mean, it's a comedy-oriented 11-minute episode, so you cannot really expect too much. There isn't really any noteworthy character growth or story arc going on, and while you could consider it a lesson about prejudice for Dolly, it is at best a rather downplayed example. However, I do enjoy the small poetic justice in regards that Clarissa must suffer. And I guess it's also a good episode to show why I actually rather enjoy her in a certain way. Clarissa by herself is a rather obnoxious character, but her upper class attitude simply clashes very well with the Dalmatians and Dolly in particular, and she's just over the top enough that her antics are actually kinda funny. You don't really like her as a character, but you like her as an antagonist, and you cheer when the Dalmatians overcome her. Now I think there are a couple of more interesting episodes to talk about, but I just wanted to talk about corgis today. But what about you? What are your thoughts on these episodes? Dalmatians or corgis? What is better? Let me know in the comments below. I am Tricky Fox. Stay foxy.
Sly as a fox, you got me under your spell. But you know I'll never tell that I know you know so well.